All right. How about that? A little wide right action. Cannot believe the finish to that game. Steelers Ravens never disappoints. The phone line is open. Number 2 call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Appreciate everybody who's jumping in, joining in. Let me get that up. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Turning it pretty much over to the fans. Also, if you call and it's unknown, it will not ring through. But there is that. That is something I cannot believe the finish to that game. Unbelievable. Appreciate everybody who is jumping in, interacting with the stream. Just trying to get all the bearings here. Appreciate everybody. Did not think that it would end up like that, to say the least. Unbelievable ending. Just getting some stuff around. So there's that. Also, all you guys on Twitter, you can jump on into the YouTube side of things and call in. So there's that. We'll keep this up for a little bit. Steelers, AFC North champions. Cannot believe that had transpired the way it did. Certainly a bizarre ending to the game. I know probably a lot of people turned it off when Boswell missed the extra point, which was huge. Cannot discount that. I don't think that is something to take lightly, but for all intents and purposes, it was an unbelievable finish. Hold on, I am putting up a post letting people know. That the phone lines are open. Appreciate everybody who's tapping in across all the platforms. We are live on Twitter and on YouTube as well. Appreciate all you guys coming to hang out on this Sunday night. Who would have thought the Sunday night game would have transpired like that? So this is pretty much where we're at. 26-24, Aaron Rodgers. We'll just go over some of the brief stats, kind of just, look at it as a whole. A lot of these stats unofficial. Lamar Jackson, 11 of 18, 239 or 238 yards. He threw three tutties, a pick. Derrick Henry, 126 yards on 20 carries. Zay Flowers, 4 catches, 138 yards. So there is that. But yeah, the phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069. Appreciate all you guys out there watching. So here we go. That's what it was on the Ravens side of things. Aaron Rodgers, 31 of 47, 294, 1 touchdown, was sacked twice. I think one of the bigger stories was Kenneth Gainwell, how big of a target Gainwell was, how hard Jalen Warren ran tonight. The defense showed up when they needed to. Got to clean some things up on the offensive side of it, but outside of that, there was an issue. Rodgers did have the The communicator, I guess he was having issues with that. Arthur Smith and them, that was the sequence. And I guess the missed field goal rights some of the wrongs that have happened tonight. So that's kind of where we're going with it. I'm sure Chris Boswell is probably the happiest person out there. Also, I do apologize for getting started late, but that's just kind of one of the things that happens when you're a one-man band and trying to get everything going. But so yeah, I thought it was good to do an impromptu session here. Did the promoting as much as I could, but yeah, that's pretty big. Also, phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. The Steelers are AFC North champs. They can take a bow on this one. I am sure Chris Boswell is the happiest person in the Steelers locker room at the moment. And it's going to be pretty interesting going forward. The Steelers take on CJ Stroud and the Texans. Got to come Monday night. Of course, they are going to take full advantage of putting the Steelers in prime time. There's no shock there. So I think that where we're at to opposed to where we're going is going to be fascinating. I thought Kenneth Gainwell would be, if I had to pick an MVP, it would probably be Kenneth Gainwell, to say the least. He came up big on third down. Jaylen Warren came up big. Aaron Rodgers, it wasn't the prettiest in the world. I will say that. Was not the prettiest. Also, phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069. Steelers move on to the record of 10-7. So we can look at team stats here. Appreciate all you guys on Twitter. Also, if you're on Twitter, hop on over. The phone number's on the ticker below. I can put the banner up that says phone line is open. If you want to call, go ahead and get your call in now. Number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Just updating the iPad. That's good. So all the connection is good. So if you guys want to call in, you can. I get it. It's late, but if they would have played at 4:00, that's when the call-in show would have been. But, they cannot pass up the opportunity to put the Steelers at night. So on the team stat side of things, the Ravens only ended up with 12 first downs tonight. Ravens 12 first downs, Steelers 24. The Ravens had one first down penalty, and I think the telling of the story here is the third down efficiency. The Ravens 4-12, Steelers 9-16 on third down. But the Ravens do have two fourth down conversions. The Steelers only got one. They were 1-2. The Ravens tonight only ran 48 total plays on offense for a total of 359 yards. Pittsburgh, 390. Both teams had a total of 10 drives. The Ravens had 2 long touchdown passes. And Lamar, they had a total of 222. The Steelers 290. Lamar doubles up Rodgers in passes or average yards per attempt, but he did hit those 2 long touchdown passes. And then also Lamar had the one turnover. I think that is huge. Ravens beat him running it on the ground. Of course, Derrick Henry. But I think the big telling part in this whole thing is the time of possession. The Steelers, 34 minutes, 11 seconds. Ravens, 25 minutes, 49 seconds. But they did hit those two big pass plays throughout the evening on third down, consequently. But that's kind of the tail of the tape there. But I still think the story is if you look at the drives in the first quarter, the Ravens go down early, score touchdown, Steelers punt, and then they turn it over on downs and they swap field goals, punt into the first half. Steelers come out, touchdown, Ravens interception, Steelers field goal, and then right there is a 10-point swing. That's a huge 10-point swing. And then you end up with a Ravens punt after that. And the Steelers punt, Ravens touchdown, Steelers touchdown, Ravens touchdown, Steelers go down, touchdown, missed extra point, and then the Ravens to cap it off, missed field goal. So that's kind of where we're getting to it. But at the end of the day, Pittsburgh sneaks in with a chip in a chair, get into the playoffs. An unreal ending to Sunday Night Football. I know some people will disagree with me, but Sunday Night Football is probably the best production out there at the best time. Sunday night, get all the eyeballs that you can. That's kind of where I'm at with it, but so we'll see. Also, the college football show's coming up after this. But I was just curious on what you guys think. Steeler fans want to hear from you. If you hit that like and subscribe button, that also helps us a ton as well. But the phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069. So that's pretty much the tale of the stats. As you can see, the Steelers rocking the AFC North Championship hats, which is, unbelievable. I'm sure that they're not thrilled. TJ Watt is in the locker room currently smoking a cigar right now, but there is that. So also throw it out there again. Appreciate Doreen liking and retweeting the stream as well. Appreciate you, Doreen. I'm getting there. But yeah, so if you guys want to call in, go ahead and hop on in. The water's fine. I'll be here probably another 15, 20 minutes, just depending on call volume. Putting it out there that the phone line are open. So there is that. Wow, that was a unbelievable finish, to say the least. Cannot believe we got that much run at the end of the end of the game. Basically the last 5 minutes of the game were unbelievable. I am shocked that it turned out that way, to say the least. So we got that. Also, the college football show coming up in a few. We got more people funneling in to the podcast. But Aaron Rodgers is 42 years old, and he just won a division. Yeah, Ben Skoranek. Active receivers coming into tonight. Calvin Austin, 28 catches. Adam Thielen, 8 catches. Scotty Miller, 8 catches. MVS, 6 catches. Ben Skoranek, unbelievable, 4 catches. That takes the cake. A relatively unknown receiving core. Just seeing all the videos and stuff of what you would normally see, but I just cannot believe that he missed that field goal. That is unbelievable. I'm just looking at some other stuff here. Wow. NFL memes is killing them out there. They just showed a graphic of some guys dabbing it up. It says Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes all meeting up to watch the NFL playoffs. AFC North Championship shirts are out. It is been there, won that. Thought that was interesting. And then they're showing the young man for the Ravens that unfortunately missed the field goal on his end of it. They're also showing the priest that was blessing the field. Just very interesting stuff, to say the least. If you're a Steelers fan, that is a unbelievable finish. That is something that is to be said there. Also, phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Also, do us the biggest favor, hit that like and subscribe button. That helps a ton as well. I guess I'll get rid of this banner and then we'll fill in some time, and we'll get on over to the college football show. So, Ryan Fittipaldo, sorry for the mispronunciation. Tomlin on Aaron Rodgers. I've admired from afar. It's good to do it with him. This was a vision in the spring when we pursued him. Yeah. Unbelievable. Steelers end up capturing the AFC North title, which is very surprising. Lamar Jackson rushes back from injury to just lose in regulation, to say the least. So there's that. Also, phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Nothing too crazy other than the ending of that game. I can go back through and start pulling some more stats. I think the big thing is that I cannot believe Terrell Austin left Patrick Queen to cover Zay Flowers one-on-one. That is unbelievable. And then plus after the game, they asked Cam Hayward what he thought about this. It was basically adding another chapter to Steelers Ravens. They got Aaron Rodgers on the ESPN right now. The wide right, just unbelievable. That's stuff you see in the college game, to say the least. Me personally, I cannot believe that is how that game ended. When it comes to ending wild endings to games, I guess the Steelers and Ole Miss have taken the cake on that one. So there is that. Also, I'll leave it open a little bit longer. Phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069. Mark Andrews kind of had a big nothing burger tonight. 2 catches, 14 yards. Really wasn't a big factor. Isaiah Likely did have the 1 catch. That was a big reception he had to put the Ravens in field goal range, and they just could not cash in. I would say if you ask John Harbaugh to sum up the season, I would say that is pretty much their whole season in a nutshell. I mean, Lamar goes down, and then you have a field goal. Aaron Rodgers moves to 10-plus winning seasons, 10-win seasons, 11th, Peyton Manning 14, Tom Brady 19. So there is that. What is the old... Okay, got that. Phone number to call, 260-255-4069. Number to call. So if you want to call, hop on in. We'll leave this open for a little bit longer. So there is that. Appreciate all 57 of you tuning in just into the wee hours of the morning. Going to do a little college football after that as well. Let's see what else we got going here. Just trying to check some other stuff to make sure I'm not really missing anything. Lamar's at the podium now. And the Ravens, this is going to be the Ravens' first time missing the playoffs since 2021. So there is that. Who would have thought a Steelers, and also let's not gloss over the fact that the Steelers it was a 44-yard field goal as I'm watching the replay, had it perfectly centered, goes up, and he missed it with no time left, missed it. So there is that. If you guys want to call in and talk about the kick, we can do that. We can talk about the special teams, mishaps throughout the evening. So there is that. But I mean, in a nutshell, I mean, that's Steelers Ravens. I'm in shock and awe of how that game ended, to be 100% honest. So we got that. Phone line is open. As I'm looking at a lot of the stuff that's going on, trying to get it moving and a grooving here, but I guess Freiermuth was talking some mess, which it's tough. And then the Steelers, their Instagram account put a graphic of a Macho Man Randy Savage holding the AFC North Division standings, and with the caption of "The cream rises to the top." Ooh yeah, that is a fascinating graphic. So I guess we can look at the wild card weekend. Steelers take on the Texans, Bills, Jaguars, Chargers, Patriots, and we'll see on the NFC side of things, Panthers, Rams, Niners, Eagles, Green Bay, Chicago. That'll be a fascinating deal. And then the Panthers go ahead and clinch a playoff spot today because the Saints ended up winning. They were doing some trolling as well. So there is that. If anybody wants to hop in, phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069. I'm just looking at some of the highlights from today, from some of the things that, you can't see everything. So we're just looking at that. The Browns today get the win. So I'm just looking at some of the other reactions out there on the internet. If anybody wants to call in, I'll leave it open for a little bit longer. So there is that. I can't believe nobody wants to tap in. So we'll leave it open for just a little bit longer, and then we'll call it an evening here. Getting that done. So I guess that's the long and the short of it on the Steelers side of things. So that helps. Cannot believe the kid missed the field goal. Very, very bizarre ending, to say the least. In which I'm sure that there are probably a ton of people driving, trying to get out of the stadium, which that typically is not the most funnest time, especially with it being cold. That is a walk, depending on where you parked at. So there is that. What else was I going to talk about? Let me get that back up. The box score. But I think, one of the bigger stories of tonight is Kenneth Gainwell. The yards Gainwell came up with and everything like that. He was huge on third down. It just a lot of the stuff, he contributed to a ton of scoring drives. I think here going forward, Gainwell is going to be the guy that you're going to have be involved offensively more than anybody. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it. So, but we'll see where it shakes out. A lot of people I don't think we've heard the end of the Burrow stuff in Cincinnati. Maybe Joe Burrow's looking for a new home this offseason. So we'll see. Outside of that, anybody else, we're going to go talk college football and try to nail down the myriad of just absolute chaos that is college football right now. As I'm looking at some other things here, but yeah, phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Hold on. What was I looking for? I was looking for the sequence of the last 6 plays the Ravens had. They had the big kickoff, and then Lamar to Walker, and then Lamar to Andrews, incompletion, 26-yard pass, minus 2-yard run. They centered it at the Pittsburgh 24, and then they line up for a 44-yard field goal, subsequently missed. So there is that. As I'm checking the iPad, I guess I'll check the App Store. Where are we at? That's not what I wanted. That's the So there's that. Appreciate everybody. I'm actually trying to find something and I cannot find it. No, that's not what I wanted. I gotta go once, get out of there. Hold on, apologize everybody, but let me get this going. On the Okay, we're back up. Phone number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So we're just hanging out for a little bit. If you guys want to chime in, feel free. Number to call 260-255-4069. Leave it open for a little bit longer. We'll go down the Steelers last drive. It was Rodgers to Alston, and then Rodgers to Thielen, and then a 15-yard shuffle pass to Gainwell, short pass to Gainwell. So there's that. I think that Kenneth Gainwell, and then 2 incompletions, and then Rodgers throws a touchdown pass, and that's kind of the game-winning drive for the Steelers. So we'll leave it open for a little bit longer. Try to get this thing moving and a grooving, and then we will talk some transfer portal stuff on the other show, trying to save that. That's going to be a mess, trying to track down where everybody has went or where they're going. But yeah, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So if you guys want to chime in, you can. iPad is up and going. Hold on. There is that. Let me get this. Because I thought there was an issue with the iPad. It must just be me. So the Bengals also crying today about the game being stopped. It's kind of like it was the toilet bowl of Ohio, Browns, Bengals. So there is that. I don't think anybody gives a rat's ass about none of that. But we'll throw that out there. Ravens completely crapple of the bed. That's just where that's at. So number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. Phone line is open. And let me put this together. All right, got that done. So if there's anything that you guys seen that I'm not talking about, that I'm glossing over or missing outside of the horrendous third down long passes that were out there, I think I pretty much covered all the bases. So there is that. And we'll go ahead and kick it off there, and we'll leave this one fester. Probably going to do another call-in show. Probably do another call-in show on the after the playoff game. We'll see what the Steelers can do there, but beating the Texans is going to be tough. They got to stop CJ Stroud. So there's that. We'll leave that one on the vine. I know a lot of people got to get up and go to work tomorrow, but last call. If you want to call, hop on in. If not, we're going to go to the college football show and be talking all things college football. But it was an unbelievable to say the least on how that game ended. So there is that. If you guys want to call, go ahead and call now, because if not, we are going to boot this one, and we will probably talk to you guys Tuesday morning or Monday night. So getting some folks funneling in here late, but you guys got a call to make it worthwhile for me to stay on this one, because I got a whole another show that I got to get rolling. So what is that? There's that. So, but I'll leave it open for a little bit longer. Number is on the ticker below. Phone number is 260-255-4069 is the number to call. So we'll just hang out here for a bit longer. I still got people funneling in. So there's that. You got Harbaugh walking the kicker in by himself. The Ravens inches away after turning a 1-5 start into an almost playoff victory. Yeah, they're showing the Boswell highlights right now, which is fascinating. So they're trying to blame the holy water. It was not that end zone that kid kicked into, but I cannot believe the miss. So I'll leave it open for a little bit longer. If you guys want to call, hop on in. Number to call, 260-255-4069, with a unbelievable miss by the Ravens. Special teams as a whole, that's why it's a three-phase game. Some people want to deny that, but for all intents and purposes, it's a three-phase game. That's why they got it. And a lot of Tomlin blowing the camera a kiss. So with that, this is the only second time the Ravens have missed the playoffs since Lamar becoming the starter in 2019. Lost in the divisional round, missed the playoffs in 2021, lost in the wild card in 22, lost in the conference championship in 23, lost in the divisional round at 24, and missed the playoffs this year. So the Ravens started 1-5, went 5-0, and then went 1-4 to pretty much sum up their season. Their notable injuries throughout the year: they missed Roquan Smith for 2 games, missed Ronnie Stanley 2 games, Lamar missed 4 games, Kyle Hamilton missed 3 games. The Ravens were beat up all year. So there is that. I don't think anybody cares about that. Seeing all the disbelief on the sidelines of the Ravens, Tomlin beating the chest, blowing the kisses to the camera. So in the third quarter, it was 10-10, 10-13, 17-13, 17-20, 24-20, 24-26, and it ends 24-26. So there is that. Phone line is open. Number is on the ticker below if you want to call. Also, the Steelers Pro Shop has got AFC North t-shirts. I'm sure there's going to be some people that'll be excited to get those, but that ain't the t-shirt that I want. So it's the t-shirt that says Super Bowl champs on it. So now there's people tweeting free Lamar. As a Ravens fan, I am hurting. I hear you, Maximilian. That is not a way to lose the game. I can tell you that much. That is not the way to lose the game. That makes it tough. Also, phone line is open. Number to call 260-255-4069 is the number to call. And then also there is the Myles Garrett stuff today. I know nobody gives a rat's ass about the 4-13 Browns. So, but yeah, if you want to call, get your call in. That helps the show a ton. I'll leave it open for a little bit longer if people want to call in. But the last 20 years, divisional champs, and I will read them off in order, but number is on the ticker below. If you want to call, phone line is wide open, so the floor is yours. 06 Ravens, 7 the Steelers, 8 the Steelers, 9 the Bengals, 10 the Steelers. Ravens won it back to back. So every time the Ravens win the division back to back, the Steelers have snapped it. So, as sad as I am, thoughts on Rodgers versus the Texans defense? Well, I think offensively it's going to change for the Steelers big time because I'm assuming DK Metcalf's going to be back for the playoffs. So that's going to completely change everything going into the game. That's going to change the Steelers offensive attack, but I thought the Texans got to stop Kenneth Gainwell. They have to worry about Jaylen Warren. And then Rodgers laced a couple tonight that, quite frankly, we haven't seen that all year. So I think the big thing is that the Texans are kind of in a catch-22 because you don't want to blitz Rodgers to death, kind of like how the Ravens did on that final drive, and he slammed it in to win the game. So there is that. Let me put the banner up to let people know the phone line is open. Number is on the ticker below. So there is that. If you guys want to call in, I'm just looking at some of the stuff. There's a lot of promo graphics out there. They are replaying that field goal miss. Also, Calvin Austin with the game-winning touchdown with 55 seconds left. I think one of the other concerning things is that going into the final drive, the Steelers had no timeouts. So I think there's something to be said about that. The Ravens had it completely done. There's also a lot of the accounts out there that put out there that Lamar Jackson, Isaiah Likely iced the division when Likely made that catch. They center it and go up to try to kick the field goal and miss it. So, and then here's an interesting graphic with the quarterbacks in the playoffs. QBs with playoff wins. Rodgers leads the way with 11. Josh Allen in second was 7. Jalen Hurts was 6. Matthew Stafford 5. Brock Purdy 4. CJ Stroud 2. Trevor Lawrence and Bryce Love have one apiece. What is? Hold on, so I don't sound like a complete idiot. Let me make sure that's right. Jordan Love, yeah. I called him. I was looking at. They have on this graphic that I'm looking at. They have Bryce Young right next to Jordan Love, and they kind of look identical. Now that I blow it up, and I was like, wait a minute, Bryce Love? That doesn't sound right. It's Jordan Love. So Bryce Young, 0. Justin Herbert, 0. Drake May, Caleb Williams, and Bo Nix all have 0 playoff wins. So there is that. That's how the bracket is going to shake out. So we'll see who goes where. Most likely, if Buffalo takes care of business, they're going to play Denver. And if the Patriots win, and we could be seeing Steelers-Patriots rematch. So there is that. Keep your eyes peeled for that if they do win. Also, well, I got you guys here. Do us the biggest favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. Phone line is open. Number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. But normally we do college football on this channel. I'm going to head on over there after we finish up here. But phone line is open if you guys want to call. So there is that. Appreciate all 116 of you in here across all platforms. So there's that. But yeah, phone line is open. All the memes coming out about this is going to be very fascinating, to say the least. The game I'm looking forward to, that I think is going to be a immaculate playoff game, is going to be Patriots Chargers. Even though New England playing at home, Drake May playing really well, I think Harbaugh and Vrabel are some of the best that do it. Also, I think another banger is going to be the Birds, the Eagles taking on the Niners. That's going to be a good game. I would say the Rams are probably going to steamroll Carolina. And Green Bay, Chicago, for some reason, I don't like that matchup for either team, because I feel like that game could go either way. I think if the Steelers play like they did tonight, and I also think the big thing that helps Pittsburgh is they're playing at home. Now, if they had to go on the road, I think that would be a different story. But I wonder if they got lines up for next week, if the old FD's got them up. Let me look here. The Rams are favored by 10.5. Green Bay's favored on the road at Chicago. Buffalo favored by 1.5 on the road. Eagles 3.5 point favorites at home. Patriots 3.5 point favorites at home. And the Steelers home dogs. I always like home dogs, especially with Houston having to travel to Pittsburgh and have to deal with the elements. Houston obviously plays in the inside. Let me see if I can find a record here. Let me look at that. I'm going to try to pull something up if I can do it quick. I know we're running out of time. But if you guys want to get your calls in, go ahead. Phone number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. And also, if you like the NFL, you like the Pittsburgh Steelers, do us the biggest favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. That helps us a ton. Hold on. I'm trying to pull something up, because I think this will be a telling stat. And some people say it don't matter, but I think it does. So CJ Stroud in cold weather games is 0-2. 2024 against the Ravens, they got beat 34-10. He was a rookie. And then, or no, that was last year. And then in week 16 He was 23 of 39, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. They lost to the Chiefs. Very hard sample size, I would say. But that goes to show you that they ain't played a lot of cold weather games. Also, just judging by body language. Does anybody else, I know this is a side note, but does anybody else think Joe Burrow is completely fed up and wants out of Cincinnati? And also, CJ Stroud's record on the road, he is 9-10 overall as well on the road. 0-2 in cold weather games, 9-10 on the road, but he does have a couple of playoff victories. But I believe we're both at home. So there is that. Also, we're ticking into the almost wee hours of the morning. I still got the college football show to do. If you guys want to call in, go ahead and ring it up now. So, number to call, 260-255-4069 is the number to call. But appreciate everybody hopping in and joining tonight. Maximilian, that is a tough loss. It is a tough loss for the Ravens. There's no two ways about that. You go from, that's the one thing with the NFL. It is extreme highs and extreme lows. Like you seen Baker Mayfield sitting on the couch today and seen his playoff hopes go up in smoke. So there's that. But also, I mean, the Panthers win their division with a 9-8 record. That's what it is. That's the format. The Panthers haven't won consecutive games since weeks 5 and 7. And they're in the playoffs. But that goes to show you Tampa Bay did not take care of all of their they didn't take care of all the advantages that they had throughout the season. And I mean, the Steelers wasted an opportunity because for all intents and purposes, this game could have got played at 1 o'clock because the only thing they did was win last week against Cleveland, and they came out, looked like hammered dog shit, and that's what happens. Hopefully, the addition of getting DK Metcalf back will change the offense, at least I'm hoping. So there's more vertical downfield passing, which I think that will help a ton. It'll help a ton having DK back. Some people don't see it that way, but there are the DK haters, DK detractors. So there is that. Also, 7 minutes. I'll leave it open for 7 minutes. Number to call, 260-255-4069. And also, if you like the Pittsburgh Steelers and you like football content, hit the like and subscribe button. That helps us out a ton. Helps you more than most people think. But the goal here, I mean, like Aaron Rodgers said in the postgame, the job isn't finished. The Steelers got a tough task in the Texans coming to town next week. So no reprieve for the Texans, even though the Colts had them on the ropes today. And Riley Leonard was balling. The Texans have had close calls with the Raiders. I kind of discount the Colts a little bit because that's a divisional game, kind of like how the Browns play the Steelers stuff. They play so much. When not Riley, but when the Texans went on the road to Seattle, struggled. That's a West Coast trip. But early in the season, the Texans throttled the Ravens. So there's that. And also, Houston and Pittsburgh have a very, very long playoff history stemming back from the 70s with Pastorini, Earl Campbell. I think Billy White Shoes Johnson might have been in in on some of those games, but Pastorini for sure. It's always, I would consider it a rivalry from back in the 70s. Obviously, the Oilers moved to Tennessee and became the Titans, and I am sure Bob McNair is turning like a outboard motor in his grave, looking at what his daughter has done to the franchise. I think that was his name. Here we go. Get that done. See if we can get that charged up. So yeah, there's that. As I'm looking at some other stuff, appreciate all 127 of you guys jumping in tonight in the early hours of the morning. But the Steelers are in the playoffs. Unbelievable. There was a point in time after that Cleveland game I thought we would be found on road dead somewhere. Steelers are not, so there is that. Give it up 5 more minutes. I think leaving the phone line open for an hour, I think that's pretty good. Good enough coverage there, just offering my thoughts, even though predominantly we do a college football on this channel, but that's typically what we do. Getting ready to head over there next, so that's what we got. So yeah, Texans have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They've won 9 games in a row. Yep, the Texans are riding a 9-game winning streak coming into Pittsburgh. So can the Steelers snap that 9-game winning streak the Texans got going? So there is that. They're also showing the priest putting the holy water on the field, so it's going to get to be made about something. But if you've ever been to the stadium, that's the opposite end zone. He was kicking towards the closed end. He was dousing the opened end with the holy water. So we got that. We got the holy water. The Ravens kicker has a ton of reporters at his locker. Couldn't imagine why. I'm sure that guy wants to. That's going to be a long, interesting ride home for the Baltimore Ravens as their season is over. The Steelers end the Ravens season in shocking fashion. So there is that. What did CJ Stroud do today against the Colts? 14 to 23, 169 yards. Davis Mills got some action. So it's going to be interesting to see this matchup to shake out. Also, Cam Ward and arm sling, not good. Also, if I'm the Jaguars ownership, wear the throwbacks more. They're better than your new uniforms. If you're wondering, I am a uniform guy, so like the Titans unis, horrendous. So there's that. Last call. Anybody want to call in? Guess not. So I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it there. No calls. Left it open for an hour, so if you made it to the end of the video and you're watching this on replay, appreciate everybody who tunes in. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we're heading over to the college football show. So we will see you guys later. Here we go, Steelers. going to the playoffs. Got a chip in a chair. Have a good night, everybody.